haunted dormitory. Elif had arrived in the city, excited to start university. It was her first time being far from her family. Holding her large suitcases, she stepped into the dorm building and was greeted by long, silent corridors and pale lights. The wooden doors carried the marks of time, and the walls seemed to whisper stories of the past. A strange chill ran through her. She felt excited, yet uneasy. As she settled into her room, she met her roommate, Daria. Daria was tall, calm, yet friendly. "Welcome. Are you doing okay?" she asked. Elif smiled faintly and said, "Yes, just a little nervous." That first evening, alone in her room, the ticking of the old clock drew her attention. Perhaps this is normal in such an old building, she thought. However, as the night progressed, strange sounds emerged. Footsteps, whispers, faint breezes. At first, she thought it was the wind, but the window was closed. At one point, when she looked in the mirror, she noticed her reflection was unusual. Her face was expressionless, eyes fixed and not moving. Panicking, she quickly shut her eyes. At that moment, she realized the dorm was not an ordinary place. The shadows of the past still lived here. As days passed, the events experienced by Elif and her friends intensified. At first, it was only faint tapping sounds and wind-like noises in the silence of the night. By the second week, objects in her room began moving. Books fell, notebooks slid across tables, and sometimes doors slammed shut. When Elif told Daria about it, Daria laughed at first. "Maybe you're imagining things." But a few days later, Daria started experiencing strange events herself. At midnight, she saw a shadow behind her reflection in the mirror. Both were scared, but decided not to tell anyone else. One night, a hum and whispering came from the dorm hallway. The sounds grew louder, banging on doors one by one. Gathering courage, Elif stepped into the corridor. In the dim light, a silhouette darted away. Her heart raced. She felt she wasn't alone. Someone, or something, was watching. Elif and Daria spoke to other students and investigated the dorm's history. Old records revealed that the dorm was built on the site of an abandoned monastery, and some students had mysteriously vanished. A chill ran down Elif's spine. The shadows of the past still lived with the dormitory. Weeks passed, and the events spiraled out of control. At night, lights flickered, doors opened and closed on their own, and whispers from the walls left students sleepless. The most terrifying was the objects moving on their own. Books floated in the air, pens flew off tables. One night, Elif found an old notebook on the floor. Its pages flipped open on their own, and the words seemed alive. "You see me, but you cannot escape." Elif's breath caught. She called Daria, and together they climbed to the oldest floor of the dorm. The notebook and old records revealed the dark secret of the dorm. It wasn't just a dormitory, but built over the ruins of a cursed monastery. That night, they decided to perform a ritual in the room. Their goal was to calm the presence disturbing the dorm. As the night progressed, the air grew heavy. Shadows danced on the walls, and a cold hand touched Elif's shoulder. She shivered but did not give up. Daria stood beside her, holding her hand tightly. After hours of struggle, the first light of dawn filled the room. Silence settled, and everything appeared normal again. Yet Elif knew the dorm was no longer the same. The dark secrets would always remain among the shadows. The dorm had become more than just a shelter. It was a labyrinth filled with the ghosts of the past.